On a bright spring morning, we headed out from the Quebec Parc du Bic, hopped on the highway, and we drove through a lot of beautiful little villages, some beautiful open spaces from Quebec, and headed for New Brunswick. Our route took us down alongside the Matapédia River, which flows down through a beautiful valley. Eventually meets and empties into the Restigouche River. Well, here we are in Quebec, and departing for our second new province, our third province in total. As we cross the Restigouche River, halfway across we'll be in New Brunswick. On the land down to our right is where we'll be camping for the next 3 days. There are very few RVs there at the moment. And we're entering is Campbellton, New Brunswick. From here, we're in new territory. The park is beautiful, right on the Restigouche River, and we enjoyed ourselves. We got the griddle out for the first time, made some lovely food. We wandered through Campbellton, which is not a particularly pretty town, but we had a nice coffee and some nice views, and got ourselves ready for our next move. Again, a beautiful day to start driving. As we left the RV park along the Esplanade. Here there are some interesting touristy things. Along the river. This very much is a hunting, fishing kind of area. It's about the prettiest part of Campbellton. And then we're back on the road. These roads in New Brunswick are generally not as comfortable to drive on as the ones in Quebec. Here there was a detour, and Google Maps took us down that road from which we had to turn around, and it wanted us to turn around and go back up the road again, but that wasn't happening. Anyway, we ended up in Bathurst, which looked like a really nice place. And Deanna had a pretzel, fresh pretzel. It seems that this place had been closed for COVID purposes, and the locals were really happy it was back up and running. Our destination for today is Miscou Island. Miscou is out in the middle of the ocean, basically. It is connected. It gets quite wild here and it's sparsely populated. We're in fishing country. The bridge here takes us over to Miscou Island. Again, a not well-kept road takes us into our campground. We were really fortunate. We were right on the water here. Hi! Alex and Deanna here. We are on Miscou Island in New Brunswick, Canada. It's on the Acadian Peninsula. I'm traveling for just over 2 weeks now, and are settled in here for a couple of nights. We're right on the water, as you may be able to see. It depending on how the exposure works. And we're in a lovely little quiet spot in the middle of just about nowhere on a small island. Just sat down to enjoy things, and I wanted to say hi. we are at the Miscou Island Lighthouse. Light was originally completed in 1856. Early June here, and it's still chilly.
All I can say, it is pretty cold. I'm going back to tour.
Nicely set up here with some picnic areas. Of course, wouldn't be a lighthouse unless there was some water nearby. Here we are. Steve. A bit too long to include here, but it relates to this airplane. And Deanna wrote at length about it in her blog. You can check it out there. After a lovely lunch and a little bit more wandering around, we settled in for the evening. Got the campfire going. Little did we know how much the weather was going to turn on us the following day. We got ready to leave in the morning. We dumped our tanks, got eaten alive by mosquitoes, and headed out in the rain back over the bridge. Our destination for the day, Shediac, New Brunswick. It's another lovely small town, which we'll see shortly. But the driving in the rain wasn't exactly fun. However, as we got further south, the rain let up, the roads were dry, and we ended up in Shediac, which has the world's largest lobster, a giant lobster. The rain rejoined us as we drove through the town and into the provincial park, which is just at the edge of town and from where we could walk in.
Well, hello from sunny Shediac, New Brunswick. Forecast is that this will clear up in a couple of hours. Looking forward to it.
And walk in we did the following day. The weather was fine, at least it wasn't raining, and we saw some of the beautiful architecture. Had a lovely lunch again. Chowder and my fish and chips, and we visited the giant lobster. Which is truly giant. All in all, a nice visit. Fisherman wasn't particularly talkative. He was busy looking out for flying lobsters, and we were off the next day to Prince Edward Island.